Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to Doordarshan Kendra Kohima. I am Ativini and it is my esteemed privilege to moderate this most consensual discourse pertaining egregious global phenomenon of human trafficking. Human trafficking is a global concern which exploit individual through forced labor, sex trafficking. This afternoon, we shall have the honor in engaging to an enlightening conversation with our guest experts, who is an luminary in the field of anti-human trafficking advocacy. Ma'am, before we begin the discussion, would you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Thank you, Doordarshan, for having us. I'm Gracie Aye, State Mission Coordinator for State Hub for Empowerment of Women, Mission Shakti, under the Department of Social Welfare.
Hi, I'm Lanuinla Imchen. I'm the Helpline Administrator, Women Helpline, the Women and Child Control Room, Nagaland.
This year's theme highlights trafficking as a form of organized crime. From your work in Nagaland, how true is this? Are we seeing patterns, syndicates, or cross-border links?
First of all, as you have described what human trafficking is, I would like to take the permission that for the larger good of the people, I would like to have my conversation both in Nagamese and English, so that the viewers perhaps would be able to understand the subject better. The whole objective is to create awareness about an issue like human trafficking, which is very much affecting India. It's a global issue. It is affecting India, and it is definitely affecting the northeastern region and Nagaland in particular. So in Nagaland, Amikanda Nagaland state, human trafficking as an issue. Human trafficking मतलब एकजन मनु के as a commodity आमी खान रास्ता ते दाल खान बिगा निशना आलू खान बिगा निशना when एकता human being के मनु दूसरा काम करनी बिया काम करनी ना ताकि बिगाई जाए नोली भी ताला organs करनी मनु की बिगड़ी करी दिया और नोली भी ताई लगा मन खुशी नहीं किना ताकि जबरदस्ती काम करो ले दिया be it sex trafficking नोली भी child labor खुशी को ले तो सब amounting to human trafficking असे इतो खान लगा पीछे दे example खान भी दिवो but yes it is very much prevalent in Nagaland as well. In Nagaland, it has become, along with the other northeastern states, it is a source, it is a destination, it is a transit. Source मतलब ये तेबरा Nagaland तेबरा भी लोगिना मनुखांगी लोगिना दूसरा जगह ते बिकाई जाए से ना trading as a commodity. Destination मतलब उसर जगह be it Myanmar, be it Assam, अलग-अलग जगह पर भी मनुखान especially बच्चा खान और माकी खान के लोग ना बिकाई दिए ना ये ते आहा लगा it has become a destination. Transit मतलब again neighboring states like Manipur नोली भी अलग जगह पर आमी खान लगा railway station नोली भी आमी खान लगा airport इतो दोरी के ना तारे पर दूसरा जगह ते trafficking करा लगा that kind of modus operandi इतो Nagaland ते भी देखे ऐसे.
Okay, so from the perspective of Helpline 181, what kind of trafficking related calls are being received? Do some reflect structured or recurring tactics used by traffickers?
Usually when we receive calls or even cases, we don't always directly get cases like human trafficking hushe or instance like that, but sometimes we get calls saying, my daughter has gone missing or my friend had gone missing, she had gone to school and hasn't come back home. Or sometimes we come across cases where ekta maiki ge rescue kurina, tage help kurbi kurina mohan ge phone kure. So in the process, case to kita kurina jai, then we realize that it is human trafficking case thagi jai. And many a times we have the helpline, women helpline, we have received cases from different states, from the courts seeking directing us to conduct home verifications because dahan maiki han ge bishi rescue kurina alag cities te saying like that conducted raid on on a massage parlor or a saloon and things and places as such. Aro tahan ge rescue kura bishi statement diye tahan la information. So to authenticate the information provided by those rescued ladies, Women Helpline is often directed to conduct home verifications, to establish the biological family, to establish the authenticity of the information, the village or where she is from. So itu kan laga cases kan ai. Over this past 10 years, since we know like human trafficking, it encompasses various forms. So this past 10 years we have been seeing and we have received a good number of cases of human trafficking. Cases like women and very young girls trafficked for sexual exploitation, for forced marriages. It is happening, for forced labor. And then we have seen a group of people, including boys and very young girls. They were trafficked and they were compelled to carry out illegal activities like scams, fake companies, they were carrying out fraudulent businesses. So they were all trafficked with a motive to make a benefit out of their work. These are the few instances, the common ones which we have received. To add more, we have found that these people were working in escort services. Like I said, massage parlors, saloons, fake companies. And then there are instances where we found that our girls were working as domestic help. Cities. So yeah, these are some of the instances of cases. Tactics, like you had said, according to the cases which we have worked, bar deception. Most of them were working in hotels or bars where the owner, some very unscrupulous owners, they would prey upon very young women. Their tactic, normally they would make them feel like, okay, your job is to normal serve as a waitress, as a bartender, as a beautician, massage training day, and in the process of the work, the owner pressurize the girls to keep company of the customers, keep the client entertained. So eventually breaking down the reservation until they are sold for sex or until they are sexually exploited. We have got to know from statements provided by the victims saying like they were paid very low wages and which had compelled them to work for extra hours, seeking extra money, because it is costly to manage in big cities, even your basic necessities. So they would often go for extra works, extra hours, extra working hours, and hence they end up falling prey under the hands of the perpetrators.
Right. So is socio-economic conditions more vulnerable to such organized form of trafficking?
Yes, I think basically, whichever my colleague Lanu has mentioned, we have also been getting cases from our one-stop centers, home investigation report kan atem de. Takan laga home investigation report kan saishe kulito. Takan la background is normally because of socio-economic conditions like unemployment, poverty, apni la social conditions, family condition thik nai. You go up in in some cases for employment, itu na salary pshi bal dia se goina jaina kam kore tade jaina ki kam kore se najene gorde paisa bathai se na, and parents are so innocent and gullible, they don't even know na ki gote bra paisa tala bacha bra bathai se najene will be use kore se. In the past it has also news like where children were trafficked for the purpose of free education was also in the news. Free education dia se goina dusra jaga Rajasthan nishnani lo jaigina itu khan kore se. So yes, the few investigation report that one-stop centers have also received is like it is from places in Maharashtra like Pune and also Nagpur, and also there in Tamil Nadu cases that they Chennai khande itu kan aru Madurai khande rabi aishe, aru women helpline also received a case from Gujarat in Rajkot. So alag city, metropolitan cities no libi itu kan cities khande bra kam opportunity ase goina very much, as my colleague rightly pointed out, vulnerable. Takan iman skill development education bhi shibal nai na, skill bhi iman nai, apni skill bhi na thaki kina manubra apni ke 10,000 20,000 paisa dibo kwa to ki karni lo jaise kiba nulwe kiba biya kam ti kru bole lo jawole ase na. So itu karni yes, these are some of the socio-economic conditions that pushes them to be more vulnerable. The perpetrators, the traffickers than ki kure, they use this bad apni la poverty, apni la pain saigina, they make profit out of it. They puila zamana nishna at one point the traffickers can to kidnap kurigena. Ito can be a few cases in isolation, but now they're using social media, they're using different platforms tahangi lure grole. ताला फ्रेंड्स खान यूज करे से अपनी ला फ्रेंड मन कमाए से आई भी इति आइले तो अपनी भी मन कमाओ कोई ना लो जाओ होटल ते काम करो लेसे को लो जाओ स्पा ते काम करे से अपनी तो को ट्रेनिंग ना भी स्पा ते काम करे से वी डोंट इवन रियलाइज दैट इट स्पा तो इलीगल है इलीगल एक्टिविटीज करे से ताते जाइए ना बाय द टाइम यू आर ऑलरेडी टू लेट बिकॉज यू हैव टू पे बैक द फ्लाइट टिकट तो मालिक खान अपनी के रिक्रूट करला फ्लाइट टिकट ना था अपनी जाओले ना पड़ा तो they recruited you, they victimize you, and they slowly start abusing you using that vulnerability. So this is the modus operandi that has been happening based on some of the home investigation reports that our one-stop centers and women helpline has been doing.
All right. So since you are under Mission Shakti movement, yes, how does Mission Shakti movement respond to trafficking through schemes or services like one-stop centers, sheltered homes, and Shakti resource centers? How does it work?
Yeah, so Mission Shakti, it is an integrated women empowerment program. Ministry of Women and Child Development bra itu Mission Shakti dedicated for women's safety, security and empowerment ase. So under that we have a Sambal component which is exclusively dedicated to safety and security. So all of you must have heard about Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program that is exclusively concentrated creating awareness at the grassroots. We are implementing that in 16 districts in Nagaland. Our one-stop center, we have established it in in 11 districts, all districts, and then we also will be expanding in new districts very soon. And then the center of it at the state level, we have the Women Helpline 181, which my colleague will be explaining further, where as in when you get the calls, itu lah hisab te district kan they integrate kuri de. So when we get calls, itu kan first is prevention kuri gina by chance kunba mano traffic hoise gino khobro huni she gole one stop centers kan tade jaina with one-stop centers and women helpline which is established across the country alag-alag jaga te ase tati khan de contact kuri gena coordinate kuri gena victim khan repatriation bi kure no libi home investigation report khan kure aro by chance wapas ani gena ta khan ki rehabilitation lagi shekule ami khan long term shelter home Shakti Sadan koi gena ase. And under our Mission Shakti also because manu khan beshi kam karni rural villages khan bra places like Dimapur, Kohima itu khan de ahe to itu karni safe and affordable working hostel itu bi khuli di gena so that in that place they will be able to undergo higher education karni training lower parvo no libi you know tate pra buhi gena apni laga kam khan dibi grow parvo. So that is basically targeted for low income pishi paisa manu noy libi low income migration karni aha ito han ke help kore. All this information apni 181 te dial kuri shegule sob address aro ito han pi pai jabo.
Okay, so can you walk us through what happens when 181 receives a call about a possible trafficking victim? For example, from first contact to rescue, how does this legal support work?
All right, we do not have a fixed, do's and don'ts or rules on how to go about or carry on a case of human trafficking. But yes, on a very general note, if we receive a case, Women Helpline, as we all know, it's 24/7 emergency response services. So we provide emergency response and rescue services in collaborating with the one-stop centers. Like I said, it's almost like our ma'am had also mentioned, 11 district there, with the help of the police. Then yes, we guide the family legally ki howo kuide. Then we assist them in filing the FIR. Family khan give legal support, counseling, information khan, guidance khan one day. Then yes, we assist the police and even the families in circulating pictures, photographs of the missing lady or the victim in and around the state, and even neighboring states khan dibi mohan de. And if we get any lead, if we get a clue, or if we get any witness saying like tage tari dikishe and all that, then we make sure we inform our counterpart. Women Helpline is across the country. So mohan kuide aro yes, district alag state TV one-stop centers kan sob as a district. Okay. So we take the help of those one-stop centers. We provide all possible means to bring her back. Mohan, like our ma'am had mentioned, repatriation do we do. Once she's brought back, basic medical assistance with the help of the one-stop centers and the medical facilities are same one is very much in place. So we provide that, and we also make sure that we inform the survivor, victim the survivor, and what will happen next. Like now she's বেশিরভাগ তো এনে আনলা কেসে তো তাহলে ট্রমাতে থাকি যায় so we make sure like okay now this will happen we prepare them her next day itu hobo na so that tai কি হইলি কোঅপারেট বি করি যায় so a family can give legal counseling can di day and then if need be there are panel lawyers so we connect our panel lawyers in all the district legal services authorities can they psychosocial support like I said one-stop center we have professional counselors so psychosocial support come to get out of that situation trauma de thaki jay then it's not an easy job to just one day ek parba ulai jawle so tage counseling day and all that and yes rehabilitation or reintegration itu han mohan we help the survivors.
Okay. So since you have said that you collaborate with police, yes, Department of Police, what are the other departments that you collaborate with, and how are their responses related to your system?
Nowadays, the system is very much in place, organized to say even the state. Things are in place, it's just the people who just mohan bishibar ignorant bi hui jay na so we have anti-human trafficking units in almost all the district so in collaboration with the anti-human trafficking unit idu police khani thage tahan ge connect korna mohan help to bishi smooth pra mohan pai jay aro yeah if need be if the survivor is someone who is below the age of 18 years then we work in coordination with the child welfare committee if need be child line get d-day aro ininga whatever the situation would require we work accordingly.
Can you also please highlight about the ERSS 112?
ERSS, yes, for emergency rescue services aro for any kind of emergency mohan ERS 112 as that's and it's like very much operational in the state also so mohan 112 day forward kri de.
Okay. All right, so what are the legal provisions or laws with regard to human trafficking? How aware are the survivors or their families about this legal provisions?
When it comes to legal provisions, we all enjoy, the articles, the rights, and everything, that's under the Constitution. But specific rights with relating to survivors of human trafficking, right to privacy, right to tala confidentiality. We have professionals in our one-stop center. Again, I'm repeating myself, but itu tade ahile do mohan ituhan tagi privacy, confidentiality because many a times human trafficking hui jai, case kan hui jai, families kan do nahere because they feel like identity to reveal hui jao. They feel like okay, my neighbors will get to know this that. So bishi time de tan help to full na paina, madad full na paina. Itu survivor do itu situation bra ulai jaili bi tai trauma de thagi jai. Na so itu karne right to privacy, confidentiality. Itu kan pura mohan one-stop centers kan mohan women helpline kan de aile do itu kan madad kore itu kan privacy protection. Then rescue services, rehabilitation. We have the Shakti Sadan. So for long-term stay, if her home na tai gore jaole munna after the incident she wants rehabilitation ekta jaga safe jaga de tai thaki bole mon ase kole rehabilitation khan and it's a right right to return, right to legal assistance, and right to a special police officer, like I said, anti-human trafficking unit khana se. So with their assistance, help to bishi easy hui jai. And we have special provisions like the Immoral Traffic Prevention Act. So this act it prevents trafficking in persons. To avoid a sexual exploitation hui jai na. So this act simply talks about preventing trafficking and then using those persons for sexual exploitation. It also addresses commercialization of sex and then protects, the act tries to protect persons who are vulnerable from exploiting them. One of the key provisions is prevention of brothels, like prostitution run gra idu brothels can prevent kare aro at one point we also got to know that yes, the survivor feels like, okay, I'm already into this business, or I'm already into this field, so tahan ek bar accept kuri jai, even the families. But idu act ko it makes punishment, it gives punishment to persons, and those persons who are dependent on the earning or income of a person engage in prostitution in Agoi. Many a times we are sad, but the reality we have come across, even families saying like, "Paisa to patha ase," and things like that. Economically, family the support who has a, because they are not aware about the provisions of the special laws. Itu karne, itu handu punishment ase. That's what I want to share. Then Article 23-24. Trafficking prohibit करे बच्चा खानगे mines नले factories नले hazardous employment खानदो, it prevents. Then we have the Bharti Nya Sanita BNS 2023. Interestingly, it defines trafficking as it says recruiting or transporting, harboring or transferring a person or even receiving a person for exploitation. It can be in any form, like forced labor ho pare, sexual exploitation ho pare. So it tukhan Korea hando, it's a punishable offense. The section 144, it talks about punishment. It has laid down stringent punishment on the offenders also. So these are some of the provisions.
So in simple term, all the legal mechanisms or our services, though pishi victim-centric approach, matlab apne ke jabardasti kiba biya kam kurole dishe kule to you don't have to be scared.
Yes.
You report, and then the law will ensure that you are rescued. Apne ke arrest no kure, apne ke rescue kure na, aro ito la hisab te apne ke modod dibo, because you were forced, you were fooled, you were coerced na, ito la hisab te victim khan ke help kure.
So, according to your mission, what are the preventive steps that you take from the grassroots level? Example, like any campaign awareness can, now capacity building or working with youth and women groups can kinam yani to awareness to spread kuri. How far it has been responding, no? Kina jasi.
Yes, generally, as I mentioned earlier, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao program to 16 districts. Poisabi district, each district is given about 20 lakhs to 40 lakhs depending on their sex ratio at birth. So till last year, every district will be getting every penny. Our itubrata kan alag social issues, our women-centric issues laga awareness kure, be it gender-based violence, be it child marriage, domestic violence, alag issues kure, and human trafficking is definitely one of it, because we see na trafficking is mostly happening in poor areas. To itu kan laga de awareness kure. Now even in the 30th July, it's a dedicated day for creating awareness. Special social media campaign kure se, we are having awareness through radios and Doordarshan like this one. So itu nish now, along with the community initiatives that tribal associations are host kan, NGOs kan, community-based organizations kan, school kan de, colleges kan de, itu kan sob alag target group ke itu kan social issues in general awareness kuri thake.
Okay, so ini abnihan kuma examples diwo paro. For example, like inga campaign kan kiki jadam te ini communities kan lodora kina response by. What are the reports that you are getting from such kind of campaigns when you go around the states na? In ini district alag jadam te abnihan itu campaign kan kiba kurina jadam te ini itu response kan kina pai. Some few examples abnihan mandi share ko bole paro.
Many, for example, reports can ahado when people tahan aware hoishokle do tahan jane itu to kiba biya hoise. So then the community sometimes tahan brahi tahan mohange call kure. Now it's not just human trafficking alone, awareness of all the social issues. Kiba ekta abuse form hoise kule do neighbors can brahi phone kuri de, which means in the community people are aware that something is not right na. Noilibi rural villages te kunba one particular case do itu do ekta they know that we work na mohan do we work for women to somehow when somebody is in trouble they contact us kidia about 181 they be call nukuri bi itu sister itu do ithate kam kure ko na tate community khan bra call kura baji kuri gena mohan ke call kuri gena we have rescued one traffic victim from Rajkot in Gujarat that I mentioned earlier na itu do bosti de bra call ahi gena na boila itu budi do tate trouble hoi gena se taige ekta restaurant de kam kro gena lojeshile massage parlor de lojeshe massage parlor de tate lojeshile tate biya kam kro le dia se tai do itu kam kro le mun nai tai wapas avale mun jaise libi paisa nai flight ticket lobo libi paisa nai kiniga ina koina that is an example where women helpline contacted the women helpline of Gujarat contacted the one stop center of Rajkot that's a city in Gujarat that immediately to same rati te hi tage aware tage rescue kuri gena one stop center Rajkot te rakhi gena tage Delhi de ani gena ami khan na team Nagaland team tate jai gena Delhi bra tage wapas safe anishe na so when we talk about prevention when we talk about awareness we should first of all know that it's a crime. Okay, so one it will help you prevent from being abused na apni nijor abuse no ho aru secondly mohan kidia bado na jane gena we ourselves na jane gena abuser ho jai manu bacha khan dosra jaga Myanmar khan bra Assam khan bra alag bosti khan bra ani gena tahange gorde exploitation kora child labor laga form de itu kan sob we don't even realize that we are an abuser itu kan janishe gule do one we will be safe ourselves two we will not be abuser ourselves to itu laga strategy bra awareness kore
acha to since we are going to observe this day on 30th of this month okay so what are the two priorities you believe that Nagaland should come up with just simple two priorities that you think that Nagaland can focus related to human trafficking.
I think in Nagaland, Kwanishna, traffickers use our socio-economic condition, mohala poor conditions to exploit kore. So I think as a Naga society as a whole, we need to ensure that our children gets proper quality of education, and they are if the hanbras formal school najailebi skill development or proper thagibo lage na. Inika hoise gole by chance if you migrate outside, we cannot stop migrating. You know, everybody is welcome to go and work outside or wherever there is opportunity. But apni equipped nahi na apni bahar de jaise gule to you become more vulnerable from people out there who are lurking and looking for opportunities to let you do illegal work, you know, especially sex work, prostitution na. So that is one, skill development and quality education. That's I think our top priority to improve our socio-economic conditions at large. Secondly, this I want to tell the younger generation, because ishi traffic victims kan do young children or young women or young people ho jai. So please use the social media wisely, because this social media has become, the traffickers are using new means and new modus operandi to lure the people na. To tate job opportunity ase no libi yete kam ase yete itu aishe gule to inegana somehow on social media strangers can give connect kurigena, they befriend them in the name of love na. Kida about boyfriend, virtual boyfriend can be rakhi kena tahange lo jai gena tahange bikai dia laga itu kan laga incidences kan sambi over the northeastern region itu kan ishna increase wise. So these two are, in my opinion, are issues, okay, that there are many others as well, but to improve I think our society in general will be safer.
So what is the message that you want to give to the Naga women and youth in order to go about and stay informed about this human trafficking?
Human trafficking is a reality. It's not like it's not anymore that we see it on TVs khande no we series khande sanu hoy, but it's happening in even from our state. Every year a good number of women and young girls are being, you know, they are being lured and then done cities khande lijailwe like modern crimes. It is kidnapping, abduction ekla na ho, the mode of executing the crime. It's more like, you know, social media, online target creating, promising good lifestyle, like ma'am had mentioned, wanting a better life, looking for a, you know, job, going to cities looking for jobs. It is inevitable. We should stay informed, we should be aware, and then we should also know that government can be bishikurias and the system are in place. Abni like she shared about the lady jaishe city de kam grule jaishe, but she knew that help is there, help to buy, but you just have to know that kote approach kuro lage eneka na. So anybody who comes across cases of trafficking nohlibi kiba activities khan apni an kaam kurule jaramde kiba ekta itu to thik nai nohlibi kiba ena realize crucially they can always call the women helpline, one stop centers khan ase, physical services khan diwole, and then the police, like I shared, anti human trafficking unit khan ase. So help is available. It is just you apni aware hobo lage aro right agency, right institution they approach crucially, that will help a lot.
We have come to the end of this discussion. To conclude, I would like to extend my profound gratitude to our two guest experts for imparting invaluable insights related to this very prominent global issue. As we go about in this objective, may we continue to deliberate herein, catalyze meaningful endeavors to our people in Nagaland. Yes, once again, thank you. Keep watching Doordarshan Kendra Kohima for insightful discussions.